And we are back with Richard Reviews. Today we're reviewing a book for richardreviews.com/Griffin Chestnut here on YouTube. This YouTube channel, Griffin Chestnut, is Richard's online alias that he was able to walk it off with, and he got a pretty big god dude from this. Today's piece that Richard will be reviewing for us is a novel titled The Little Girl and the Cigarette by Benoît. This is a French, Delvin, British novelist who was able to conclude a third season to his fanatical charm, which he engraved in his pouch. This is a thriller in a black comedy and satirical type of view. Richard obtained this piece in 2014, years ago, before he realized what kind of state the world was in, back when there was a twilight of American culture following down between two different types of Congress bills. Of course, all prior to the post 9/11 world and the pre-COVID-19 pandemic, which is the classic Scottsville pandemic of the Eastern Coast, which had some wind to it but didn't roll all the way to the right. As for this piece, Richard claims it's a 2 thumbs up for this piece right here. So 2 thumbs up for Richard in this piece. We're going to take a look at the piece, but it is a very well thought out and prized piece, as it is basically about coffee from Dunkin' Donuts and a little girl and a cigarette. It's an incredibly stupid idea from the cover, but when you're making money and you're making a lot of these things with Dunkin' Donuts, you can almost preserve the fact that once they do it by country, you'll be able to do it according to Allstate, where you drive certain areas. It's the country, especially the East Coast, but they're aggressively bad because whenever you find your movement, there's a certain, about 100 miles to get off. When you get on the surface, it's a lot like different miles and a little bit of plot rookieing. But the overall point of view that this piece makes is to be aesthetically and politically correct in the rollover movement between what's going on with this post-woke culture that is bringing into the far right conservatives and the far left liberals of the recycling age, regardless of climate change. So this piece right here, it is a small piece. It's not the biggest, but as you can tell, it's got some good wave to it. Great wave, and of course the little girl is on the cover, and the cigarette is also on the cover. There is some brim wool here. There is some stainage. We can see the stainage is prime here. There's also a dent. It looks like something was cauterized, maybe on top of this piece. But nonetheless, this is as thick as you're gonna get. So the cream is nice on the side. Good side cream, good side top cream, and the back and the side. The little girl and Benoît Duteurtre, the cigarette. And on the back, the law said the condemned man could have a final cigarette. Another law said it was a no-smoking prison. Welcome to the future. So this is just the reference about how this book and how everything in the future gives us a hypothetical morality between the sheep. And if you're a sheep in a cog, then you're a sheep in this cog, and you go all the way, and you flap down, and you go all the way, and you keep flapping until there's not anything left to flap to. And that is the number 2 reason why the cogs start flapping before they flap away. So they'll be flapping, and you can, you flap one way this, one way that, and then they just keep flapping up. So it's really a satire of black comedy, almost like a catch-22 from Joseph Heller with his main character Yossarian, who was unable to provide a counter workout at the Writers Guild Awards in 2017, which Bill Burr was able to host, thankfully. In this piece, we don't have a price back here. Oh, yeah, it's right here. US $15.95 and Canadian is $17.95. And we're rolling in fiction once again. So it is a fiction piece, but it's got incredible rim all along the sides. So even as we look inside, there's even more brim wall. Now there's some cream here. This is some delicate cream running along the edges here. This is probably from a bassinet being plundered, like 3 years past. This is 3 years of bassinet. And there are just early versions of this that you can find. Inside it's very skeptical that you can find, but it is a short piece, like it's been noted by Richard. Richard, he read this book in early 2014. Thankfully for Richard, he was able to obtain this piece rather quickly, and he cleaned it out very well. He's known for these pieces where he's able to clean it out very well. And of course, the author himself, Mr. Benoît Duteurtre. This is him right here, the author. So let's get a close-up of him and acknowledge the fact that he was able to provide Richard with a substantial piece of art in the unparalleled outrage of the Doomsday, which were basically from 5-gallon water jugs being sewn and thrown across the Atlantic Sea. These are American times, and Benoît Duteurtre is here, and he's also the host of his own radio show. So thank you for that, Mr. Duteurtre, and we are here to praise this piece, another glorious piece by Richard, The Little Girl and the Cigarette. This is Richard Reviews, The Little Girl and the Cigarette.